sun shines bright and the corn grows high, and the crows are gathering in the sky, and the Scarecrow sees and the Scarecrow knows how the seasons change and the seasons roll. Oh, Scarum, Scarum, don't you know? The Scarecrow sees and the Scarecrow knows.
You want for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life
and happiness are well worth fighting for. This has all gone wrong. I can't find Brian. Where's Brian? There's Brian and there's Eddie. Hello. You may want to unmute your microphones now, gentlemen.
Done.
Brian, you look better like that. Anyway, yes, hello. I'm Siobhan, and I'm in a bad mood. It's like some kind of torture. Really, Adam. Anyway, yes. We're going to play a game shortly. I'm Siobhan, and with me is Brian. Wave, Brian. Hooray! And Bendy.
Good evening.
This means we've almost got a Marvel Comics writer. We've got Brian Bendy. Come on, that was good. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, but he's not. Anyway,
Yeah. So, stuff that's been happening this week. Anybody?
Well, I've changed. I'm considering changing my Twitter handle because obviously I think I might go with Benny with an I from now on.
Benny with an eye, so you're going to be bimboized. I believe that's what it's called.
Yeah, maybe. But then I watched that after watching that episode again. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just stick with a Y.
Well, Ys are good. Ys are unwise. Anyway, yes, a couple of little things just to let you know. If you like Star Trek Deep Space Nine, on Amazon Prime, they've got the documentary What We Leave Behind. I watched it last night. It is superb. Initially defensive and finally triumphant. It's really, really good. I recommend watching it, if you like your DS9, that is. We've got Picard coming up on, I believe it's the 24th. And over here it's probably the 24th because you're American.
See, 24th is when it becomes the most pirated show in America.
Yes, it is. well, yeah, probably. I mean, it comes to the 24th on Amazon for us, so we can watch that. Really looking forward to it. I've heard all sorts of good things about it, so fingers crossed. Okay, then. Just to prove to Neil and or Sue that things have not improved since the last time I saw them tune in, this is what happens. Now, from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who. Got the wrong one. This makes no sense.
Wibbly wobbly.
I am so crap. I am. I'm just crap at doing that.
This is not helping your mood, is it?
No, it isn't. But, well, actually it is, because I'm sort of laughing at myself. I'm just so crap at doing things like this. I need a third monitor, and at least it would go more smoothly. Hi, Neil. Mwah. Eddie may know who Neil Perriman is.
I'm being tested again.
Oh, yes.
I don't. I'm failing already, Siobhan.
You are unworthy of the diamond logo, sir. Adventures with the Wife in Space.
Adventures with the Wife in Space? No, you've lost me.
Neil,
Sorry.
Neil, he's from Scotland. It can't be helped. Neil, Adventures of the Wife in Space started off, well, it was tacky on TV originally. And then, and I can't remember which whereabouts they changed over to a dedicated website. It's basically, Neil decided, and Sue, his wife, to basically watch Doctor Who from the start.
Neil and Sue, they used to contribute to the old-fashioned Blade podcast, did they not?
No!
Okay.
And the whole idea being that Sue would give a fresh perspective, and she really, really does, on these stories. Naturally, they were a little bit late on the scene, because I've been doing that with Joe on the Flashing Blade for years. There is no such thing as an original idea. I guarantee you there were people doing it before me. Right then, so we're looking at Orphan 55. Oh, I better tell you, there was a series of books as well. They turned the blogs into books. And also there's an autobiographical book called The Wife in Space, which is really warm and touching. Sorry, Neil, but it is. It's a lovely book, which you can all go and buy. So, Orphan 55. The 15th Doctor Who. Count them. They're clearing up... she's clearing up a tentacle. Ugh. Brian's got his Speedos on. Sorry, Graham. Why do I keep calling him Brian? That's your fault, Brian.
I don't know, but, I was watching with my Speedos. Don't judge me.
Judgment-free zone here, love. Shit. Quite frankly, I'm scared now.
Can't see from my waist down, so we're all good.
I have this thing called an imagination, love. It is both my blessing and my curse. So, anyway, Brian's collected some vouchers, and Brian... Am I going to call him Brian? Fuck it. Graham is now Brian.
It's easier that way.
It is.
It is.
Now Brian. But Graham is Brian.
I am getting so old and so crap. Yeah, he's collected vouchers, but Graham being Graham doesn't realise that when you put the vouchers together, they teleport you. And he's won himself a holiday. Hey. All expenses paid, all inclusive, to a beautiful resort, which is a bit windy. And it's going to be lovely. It's going to be a lovely time. Graham is going to be able to do some sitting down and some reading and some looking. Yaz and Ryan are going to bumble around, have a little look. It's great. You can, shorts and shit like that, and the Doctor's bored. Then things start to go wrong. Who'd have thought it? It surprised me, quite frankly. I thought we were just going to get a Judith Chalmers style review. Anyway, I'm going to shut up because I do have a few things to say about this, but I want the boys to come out first and give their view. Don't worry, I'm not going to bite your heads off, boys. What did you think of it? Let's start with the newcomer, Eddie.
Oh, thank you.
Right,
for me, it was a case of, oh dear, after two really good opening episodes, and it was like a case of, you've had a year to get this right, you've got a year to make things better. It was kind of back to, business as usual from Jodie's first season.
Did you not find it more confident, however?
Yes. Yeah. What I was going to say though is so me and Mrs. Benny sat and watched it, and we picked holes through it left, right, and centre. On watching it again for a second showing, it was a case of, oh, this makes more sense. It was the whole thing. It was how can Benny exist outside of the dome? But then of course he's got an oxygen mask on. Why would they take Benny? Why would they take him away when everybody else was either killed or maimed? And then it was a case of, was that kind of dark piece at the end, near the tail end, where is it Kane was the Scottish leader, the person that owned the actual.
I can never remember names from New Who. I'm crap. Old Who, I can give you a list down to your elbow. But let's
call her Brian.
Brian, yeah, that's good.
Let's call her Brian. It's easier that way. It was a case of, so she says, so that question was asked, and it was because the dregs were playing with him. I thought, well, that's really dark. So it was things like that. I thought, yeah, on second sight, yeah, this is actually making more sense. I'm getting into it a little bit more, and I enjoyed it more on second viewing.
Christ knows
But,
what you made of Warriors Gate first time round.
Yeah, well, that's a long time ago. So second viewing, I enjoyed it more. But I was a bit concerned going in for the guy from the In-Betweeners. I thought, oh, here we go. Is this just going to be a cameo of his character from In-Betweeners? But I actually thought he was really good. It was a kind of him and the relationship with his son Silas. I thought was really, really well handled as well. The whole thing around he's the incompetent engineer, but it's his son's the brain between the outfit. Because that was another question I had as well. There was the whole thing around, so when they go to try and save Benny, I can absolutely see the Doctor wanting to do that, because the Doctor, being the Doctor, wants to make sure that nobody out there is going to get harmed. But why put the boy in danger? And then, of course, because, well, the boy's the person who's really, if anything goes wrong, she knows he's going to be the more reliable of the two. So I enjoyed it more. Just on second viewing, it was a case of, yeah, I'm just being picky in the first viewing. I'm looking for folks which anybody can pick up, but they weren't actually there. They were explained, but for me, that was maybe symptomatic of the whole thing around that this could have been probably better. It's the whole thing about putting everything into one episode. Things get rushed. Things are easily missed in first viewing as well. So you have to go back and watch it a second time to actually get the most out of it. And for me, that's a bit of a failing. You shouldn't have to go back and watch again and make it understandable in your own head in terms of how it hangs together and whether or not the story makes sense. But yeah. So I'd agree with you. It's more confident in terms of execution, but nowhere near as good as the first two opening episodes.
Couple of points. One, is it cold up in Scotland tonight?
Oh, it's always cold up in Scotland.
Yes, I know. I mean, you're naturally blue, but or translucent. Yeah, it's all right. Your picture froze up a couple of times there, but we didn't lose anything important, thankfully. And actually, no, I'm going to wait to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to be fair. Brian, what did you reckon?
Well, I'll agree. It was more confidently executed.
Mm-hmm.
Going into the story, Ryan goes off, tries to find a chick, totally within character. Yaz interrupts the older couple trying about to propose. The guy gets pissed, later dies, whatever. That is within character. Doctor goes off to find something wrong. She's going to turn into the Murder, She Wrote lady. Invite her to the parties anymore.
Jodie Whittaker is Jessica Fletcher in...
Exactly.
Doctor She Wrote.
Everywhere she goes, people die.
There's a reboot for Jodie. Get her in Doctor. Get her in that. Get Jodie Whittaker in the reboot of Murder, She Wrote.
Did either of you
Jessica
see the 2-part crossover with Magnum?
No.
Yes.
Does that exist?
It does.
Oh, I'll need to look out for that.
One is an episode of Magnum. I think the other one's an episode of Murder, She Wrote. Obviously, it's Higgins' boss, who the great, what's it, Robin? Or something Robbins. I can't remember. Whoever the author is, who we all know secretly is Higgins.
Robin Masters.
Thank you. Yep. You sad, sad little fuck.
I have a whole bunch of information in my head.
Yeah, we all do, love. Our brains are like sponges. Anything important goes out one ear. Ah, dear. Anyway, carry on, please.
The whole revelation about Orphan 55 and the big secret, because I don't want to do any spoilers.
I am, so feel free. There will be spoilers here.
I'll let you do the spoilers.
I wanted to avoid that as well, because that was kind of bugbear for me as well, Brian.
My microphone's fallen over!
But yeah, no. Okay, I get the whole idea. You're woke. Big fucking deal. I don't need to be. I don't want preachy in the middle of my Doctor Who all the freaking time.
Don't you?
Brian, don't you think as well? So they actually had it really, really well done. It was the Planet of the Apes moment. It was the whole thing around. It was the Russian writing in the tunnel, and then it was the whole exposition at the end. And it was, for me, that was like you watch Planet of the Apes, and it's like Charlton Heston's damn you to hell. Then Dr. Zeus comes in and explains it all. It's been the Earth all along.
I'd just like to. We're going to start up the quiz now. Guys in chat. Hello there, loves. Yes. Why am I hearing myself back? That's bizarre. Yes. Anyway, so how do I put this? Could you please list in chat how many Doctor Who stories this riffed on? Previous Doctor Who stories. All right. We're gonna. I'll kick you off with the Mysterious Planet. Yep. Go for it. Okay. But did we enjoy it as a whole?
Right up until the speech at the end.
I would have to agree. At that point, it became too preachy and too. Again, for me, I'll say it again. It was like having the Charlton Heston moment in Planet of the Apes, and then having Dr. Zeus coming back on the screen saying, "See, it was Earth all along."
You said Dr. Zeus before.
Dr. Zeus. Dr. Zeus. Whatever.
Oh, we got the gunfighters.
From his monkey paw.
Right, I am going to answer your complaint. Batten down the hatches.
Before you go, Siobhan, I'm just going to turn the volume down a little bit, okay? Go for it.
Right.
Oh, I'm turning the volume up. Hit us.
Right then, you ignorant little bastards. We need to have television shouting at us. I want Ian Beale down the bloody fish and chip shop in EastEnders to turn round and lecture Doc Cotton about global warming. I want the news to basically start with, and the headlines tonight, bong, you're destroying the planet. All right, we have to have this. Global warming is so... I think the best way of calling it is insidious. It doesn't seem to affect us because it is not immediate. Because it doesn't automatically suddenly go bang. It just gently creeps up on us. We're not paying any fucking attention to it. Now, The Good Place has made the point that it is very difficult nowadays to do things... well, not to be good, but in this particular instance, to look after the planet, the way we've got things organised with corporations, with this, that and the other, it is incredibly difficult, especially if you don't have much money, to be able to do stuff, bar possibly recycling, and obviously turning your lights off and this, that and the other. We have to have television yelling at us. We've reached the point where we can't just sit back and go, oh, that was a nice little thing. Oh, that was nice. I'm glad they didn't have a go at us about that. But yeah, I get the point. No, because you'll forget within 2 hours. We have got to have television yelling at us and basically preaching at us until we fucking sort it out. I am sick to death of people on Twitter and Facebook going, oh, Doctor Who's got all preachy. As Neil just said in chat, quite frankly, Doctor Who has always been preachy. Not as spot on the nose as this was, and fuck it, I am over the moon they're doing it. More, please. Every fucking episode and every other bloody TV show on. Bloody yell at us, because we need it. Right, rant over. I wasn't expecting applause.
No, eloquently put, Siobhan. Eloquently put.
No, it's well said.
I'm really angry about this. I have been stewing completely all week about this. I know Stephen Shabansky on Radio Free Scaro has had a go about it, on saying the same sort of thing, probably more politely. For those who don't know, Radio Free Scaro is probably the longest running Doctor Who podcast out there, and it is, quite frankly, the best, and I cannot recommend it highly enough. I'm sorry, but we've only got the one planet, and we're too busy up our own asses with money that, you know, we can't be bothered to try and look to go to other planets. We could do it if we really wanted to, and we could clean up the fucking planet if we really wanted to. But we're not. And people complain that a fucking 16-year-old girl is lecturing them. It's her fucking future. Sorry, I get very, very... I'm sorry.
I have two things to say to that. One, that 16-year-old girl will fuck you up, so clean up the goddamn planet.
Two.
What I didn't like about the speech was, oh no, this is an alternate time. If you change things now, it won't come to... That's never been the precedent.
Yes, it has.
It has?
It has. Pyramids of Mars, for example. Sarah turns around and says, everything's fine. I know everything's going to be okay because basically I come from 1980, apparently. And so the Doctor says, okay, fair enough, let's go to 1980 and see what the state of the planet is. And it's just this barren wasteland lashed by storms, thanks, Terence. And so it's a case of, so you see, we've got to sort it out back then. Otherwise, this will be the future that happens. The future isn't fixed. We write it every fucking day. You can speak now.
Oh no, I'm just trying to figure out the rules of time travel then.
Oh, they're sorry, they're wibbly wobbly.
Yeah, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey bullshit, whatever.
No, but I mean there are fixed points in time according to Doctor Who. All right, but the future isn't written. The future can change because remember, you've got to remember that with a time traveller, okay, they're going to go back. They go back into the past, and therefore they are creating the future. Either putting it on track or they're sorting out something to make sure it gets better. I will also point you to the Curse of Fenric in 1989, where the bad guys in that were from the future, well, the Great Hemovore certainly was, a future where toxic sludge had completely polluted the Earth. And the Doctor turned round and persuaded him not to. His one act would set it all off, this releasing of the gas. And the Doctor persuaded him not to do it. Therefore, the future he came from became a defunct alternative future. It didn't happen. It is possible.
Okay.
Can I calm down now, please? I need a spliff and I've got none. Fuck.
I don't know.
My arthritis is going to fuck me up tonight.
It's kind of good having you riled up like this.
Yeah, I know. I haven't really been on form the past few episodes. I've been too nervous about the fucking video nonsense and this, that, and the other.
And they haven't really done anything like this.
Yeah, I know. But I finally got riled up. I don't get riled up very much nowadays. Put it down to the hormone pills. But, yeah, seeing people moan and bleat and whinge, tough shit.
Oh, yes. I've seen YouTube just explode with nerd rage.
For me, the whole message was absolutely correct, and I thought it was excellently handled. I just thought that the bit at the end was just that little bit too much. I thought the message was powerful up to the point where this is the whole thing. This is the Earth, and then there was the thing which the doctors are now part Vulcan as well as being part human from the movie, that they can do mind melds. But it was the whole thing around the image of the Armageddon. So I thought that was really powerful. I just thought that the element at the end was I don't know, a bit too much. But I am not because I've seen this before, Brian. I've watched this in action. I am not going to suffer the wrath of Siobhan Galishon. So
what do you mean you've seen this in action? I haven't been that bad on the Blade in the past, surely.
Oh,
have I?
No, not bad.
Sorry, there's hundreds of the bastards, so I can't remember everything I've done.
It's a matter of suffering the wrath of Siobhan. I think it's more along the lines of believing that there's a different way they could have done it.
Exactly. But no.
How? You've got to have a blunt stick. A blunt stick? You know what I mean? A heavy club. We've got to be hit around the house.
There are a lot of dumb motherfuckers out there.
Mm-hmm.
I am not going to disagree with that.
2 points raised in chat. One by Adam. The message was heavy-handed, but I think it was more aimed at kids who didn't see the subtext. The generation who will need to deal with our mess and maybe have more power to influence their parents and grandparents. And Niels turned around and said, if it wasn't the case, no episodes would have had any global or planetary danger. Plus, didn't they change the rule when Gallifrey buggered off? Except that's in a northern accent.
For me, I think you've got to give kids more credit these days than they're due. I don't think the message needs to be heavy-handed for kids.
I don't think it's for the kids, personally. I think it's for the adults. The kids know. The kids are bloody very aware of it.
Know the audience, and he realizes that it's more than just kids watching these days.
Face facts, if it pisses off the Daily Mail or the Daily Express, they know they're doing it right. It's that simple.
Oh, I don't read neither. I take it, were they offended by this? What did they?
Oh my God, Doctor Who is woke, it's preachy, I don't want this, how dare you, oh my God, first a woman, then black characters, and now we've got global. Fuck off. Welcome to the 21st century.
Well, okay, then maybe I'll sway my vote the other direction then if it's getting our colleagues in the newspapers over here upset.
You know what?
The reason, Brian, I don't like them was because, again...
I would like to see the destruction. I would like to see a story about the destruction. Not the aftermath of, oh, this is what's going to happen. No, this is what's happening. This is how it gets destroyed. Flames, fire, freaking super volcano in Yellowstone going off. Something like that. I want to see the Armageddon. I don't want to see the after the Armageddon and be told, oh, if we change our ways now. No. I want to see the Armageddon to drive home the point that things are fucked. People are going to die.
I mean, it would be a very difficult story, and this moves back to what you were saying earlier, Eddie. I would agree with you that there was too much for this episode. There were a lot of very colourful characters that I wanted to learn more about, but there wasn't the time for it. And that is the fault of modern day storytelling. Old school, we would have had 4 episodes and they would have gradually developed. You'd hope they would have gradually developed and would have learnt more. Doctor Who in the past wasn't always very good at that. Nowadays they are. Exactly, Neil. Yes, I also point out... the thing is, at the end of the day, it's just the sort of stuff McCoy would say in series 25, 26. Doctor Who has always been like this, quite right too. Maybe not quite so in your face. I don't know. But it needs it. I'm sorry, it really, really does need it. And talking about the half-human thing with the mind meld and whatever, McCoy was doing mind tricks.
But, I mean, the whole mind meld thing, though, as well, but it goes back to the fact that they're having to find mechanisms to actually explain things very, very quickly, or that could, again, even over a 2-parter. I'm more of a fan of the actual 2-part episodes because you get more time to actually tell the story and for more time for things to be done and explained more subtly rather than in your face.
We need a child. We are, well, I know I'm certainly old and crumbling, and you two, well, you're a little younger, but the programme isn't made for us. We're going to watch it anyway. Let's see what the child makes of it.
Yep.
As we know, storytelling techniques have changed on television over the years. It would be fascinating to see what sort of an impact this had on the child. Did they sit up and take notice? Did they follow everything? It would be interesting. This is why we need the Children of Time back on the Flashing Blade. I need to get Xander and his sister on.
Are they children still, though? I mean, what age
I don't know. I think the last thing I heard of Xander was at the end of... Oh, I can't tell you just yet. It's Brian's special surprise at the end of the show.
Oh, boy.
Brian, be afraid.
Be very afraid.
I am very afraid.
I am.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be a complete bitch to you. I'm sorry. So
that's okay. Just wait.
All right. I really enjoyed it. I did. I really enjoyed it. Like I say, I just wish they'd had more time to develop the characters. That's my only complaint about this one. It was just there was too much.
It was too compressed
of a good thing, if that makes sense.
It was all compressed down into an hour.
Yeah.
Something like this really does deserve to have the arc.
Well, it wasn't an hour. I think it was 45 minutes. You get it an hour because you have ad breaks. You poor fuckers.
And like I said, it was the fact that I had to go back and watch it again to actually see things that I'd missed and just, that makes sense now. I can see where it's going, but it's just maybe it's my age as well. So I'm 50 next year, so maybe it's a case of
you child.
My brain's working slower now. It's starting to work a lot slower.
My brain just doesn't work. It gave up years ago. I am just a befuddled old woman. I really am. Ah, dear. But I think on the whole, a thumbs up.
Oh, there's somebody in chat said their daughter liked it and she was 16.
That's Christian Ainscough, and we love Christian. He's lovely. He's been a supporter of the Blade since the very start. Him and his missus. So, to you both. We're happy with that one, though. As a general, we're happy. Yeah? No? Yeah? No? Yeah? Yeah? No.
I wanted it to be more decompressed.
So basically, we read through a zip file of Orphan 55.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's a very yes, absolutely.
We got the Cliff Notes version of the story. I want it decompressed.
Oh, man.
Let's
Dear.
concentrate.
You know what it is? It's Brian Michael Bendis writing it. That's what this is.
I'm sorry, but if Sue said that, then I'm not going to argue with Sue. Yeah, no. This is a woman who could beat the crap out of John Levine. I'm not bloody well going to argue with her. Jesus.
My wife thought same.
I wonder if she ever bought him a new suit. Anyway, oh, I've got to do a thing now. Are you ready for the thing? Are you ready for the thing, boys? Yeah, okay, this is where it all goes horrifically wrong. Okay. So, anyway... Oh, it's just me up here again. 1 hour in America, you have commercials, you
That was me.
poor fuckers. Yes, I know it was you, love.
I was responding to one of the Wife in Space.
Yeah, no. It makes me interested to know what sort of companies actually want to advertise with Doctor Who.
Any of them.
I know I've met your other half.
Probably not Shelley.
I love her to bits. This is very strange. We're going to get some pictures come up soon rather than just a blank screen. I am so crap at this. I've got to shorten this outro somehow. And I've blurred. Where the hell's the picture gone? There should be a picture. Yeah. See? It's there. I'm so crap. How the hell did the picture vanish? Oh, there it is. Look, I found the picture, Brian.
Yay!
Guess who forgot to turn the camera thing round so that her face wasn't splattered all over that? No, go on. Guess.
I give up.
I tell you, this is why I'm so nervous doing these things now. There's extra stuff. I used to do all this in the edit. Yeah, chuck it all in. I was so proud of some of the things we did on that. The Top Gear opening was a corker. But now we're doing it live. It's just... So, yeah. Right then. We did do watching of something else this week, didn't we, boys?
We certainly did.
Yes.
How's
Yes,
your
we
brain,
did.
Brian?
Well, Auntie, thankfully, I am Superman.
Are you?
I can handle anything.
Really?
Now,
Prove it.
Can I be
really,
hot?
here, I'll show you.
Oh my God, so you are.
Now,
Wow.
hang on. Something's happening in the other room. Oh, yes, my X-ray vision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we watched the television version of Whoops Apocalypse. Now, I'm just going to sit here and what I'm going to say is I fucking love it. I was actually going to introduce this bit by reading a spiel from Jay Garrick, the newscaster on there, but no one can do it as well as Ed Straker. Fuck me, Ed Bishop. Quick précis of the plot, and believe me, there is a plot. Right, President Johnny Cyclops. Well, him and the Deacon is his right-hand man, and I don't know, presidential advisor, and basically runs the country. They want to rescue the Shah of Iran, who's just been deposed by the Arch-Mullah. And it all goes a bit wrong. The Conservative government in Britain said they'd take him. Unfortunately, the following week, Kevin Pork and the Labour Party get voted in.
Hooray!
Kevin Pork, the Prime Minister, at the end of the first cabinet meeting, which lasted 10 minutes, I can't understand how the others made it last 5 years. He basically reveals to the Foreign Secretary and the Home Secretary that he is in fact Superman. And I realised something. Because I went back and rewatched it. In fact, I think I watched it last Saturday night. You know where I say boys and girls all the time to people? That I think I got that off Whoops Apocalypse, off Kevin Pork. You can agree or disagree, by the way. Don't just sit there.
I'll agree.
Thank you.
I'll agree then.
Okay, that's good. And from then on, it just spirals out. It is pant-wettingly funny. Did you manage to watch the end of it, Brian, or did you go get halfway through and try and kill yourself?
There was a little brain breakage around the middle to end of episode 3, but I think I left it on and just let, the brains fall out of my ears.
Did you see the elephant?
I did see the elephant.
Poor Johnny Cyclops. Never started World War III. Biff's song. That was an amazing Johnny.
That was great.
Johnny Cyclops never started World War III. Still not allowed to sing. Yeah. I loved it. Come on, give us your views. Come on, boys.
Do you want to go first then, Brian?
Go for it.
Well, if you want, I'll go for it then. So
One of you, for fuck's sake.
I'm going to be the dissenter in the room then, because I watched this with a hint of regret, because I just thought, 11-year-old me, why can I swear on this, Siobhan?
Have you heard what I've been saying this week?
Yes.
Have you listened to me this week?
Good. Well, it was 11-year-old. Why the fuck did I not watch this at the time? This was, I really, really, really enjoyed it.
It was 10 o'clock on Sunday night, so you were probably ready for bed.
Yeah, but I could have been more devious. I could have went to my friends to watch it in their video, whatever. We didn't have a video recorder at the time, we were poor. But it was the cast on its own. It was so sitting watching it, and I'm a big Space 1999 fan.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew Barry Morse was so good at comedy?
Quite.
Yeah.
Johnny Cyclops, the poor guy, everything that he does in terms of trying to win his next election, get a second term, just all goes horribly wrong, and it was hilarious. There was bits of if this was British satire, but some of it felt as if it was it could have been a Zucker Brothers production. Mm-hmm. You might have guessed. I loved it, and my only regret was that I didn't. 11-year-old me didn't watch this in 1982.
Well, the context really is quite. I mean, you can still enjoy it now. But imagine the context, in its proper context, watching it in 1982. This is all very, very fresh. For example, the Shah had been deposed about 3 years previously. All of it was actually very, very fresh. You had Reagan in the White House going on about the evil empire, or whatever it was. Was it the Axis of Evil? No.
Axis of Evil,
The Evil Empire, something like that. Before he saw Threads in the day after. And then...
Was the
so good.
Was the Labour government, was that supposed to be Michael Foot and his cohort?
I'm guessing as much, yeah.
Yeah. Because there was parallels even today, so let's look at today. We've got an idiot in the White House today looking to orchestrate things to win his next election campaign. It's still fresh, absolutely still fresh and still current.
No, I would agree. I mean, it's a satire for the years. Oh God, did I just say that? Because of human nature, history goes in cycles, and we are to a certain extent seeing it again. Yeah, the players are different and the context is different, but the same things are happening. It's sad. I cannot recommend it enough. I did put a link to the YouTube video of all 6 episodes in chat last time. I will actually put it on our YouTube. Because this gets transferred over to YouTube afterwards. I'll put a link on the YouTube description. So if people want to watch it, all 6 episodes, they're only half hour each, and they've been splattered together, so you can just pause and wander off and make a cup of coffee, then come back again. It is worth it. It's got Barry Morse. It's got, oh God, why can't I remember him? See, John Barron. There we go. John Barron as the deacon. CJ, yes. Yeah. And oh good God, Peter Jones, the voice of the book. He's got a very Peter Jonesy sort of a voice. Jeffrey Palmer. Wow, royalty, quite frankly.
One of my favourites was
Yeah.
in there as well. So
Misery
again,
Me.
we're going to call him Brian again, but it was. Do you remember Robin's Nest?
Yes.
Albert from Robin's Nest being the
Something I
Shabba
want.
sidekick.
Now, that is something I did want to bring up. Let's talk about context. This is a character in brownface.
I never noticed that.
It is. It's the Shah's right-hand man.
Yeah.
It's a character in brownface. Doing the stereotypical, 1,000 apologies, master. Now.
The blindfolded driving, the turban,
Yeah.
beard, yeah.
Now, the very fact is he's a fucking idiot. But you get an idiot in any bloody race. I am not going to defend it, but it was of its time.
Yes.
And if you look at the context in which something was made, that it doesn't make it right, but it does help to explain why it's like that. I know there's been a huge hoo-ha ever since the Twitch run of the original series when Tales of Weng Chiang came up, and a lot of the young kids, they were very shocked about the yellow face stuff. Understandably, because it is wrong. But context is important. This is our history. If we forget it, we'll repeat it. So we need to know. And Eddie has frozen. Have you frozen, Brian?
I don't know. Have I? Yeah. No.
Oh, dear.
Maybe. Have
Left turn, Clyde. Yeah. Eddie's frozen. So,
yes, Eddie is frozen.
Yep, he's dead. I'm not going to stop it and start it again. I'm sorry, Eddie, love. Because, quite frankly, I'd go completely to pieces. So, thoroughly recommend Whoops Apocalypse, and unfortunately Eddie's not here, but because he doesn't actually know what we're going to do, and I would like to have heard his reaction.
Oh boy.
Hang on, let's
Look,
see.
if you're going to make me watch Damnation Alley,
Nope,
I've already seen it.
nope. Oh, your battery died. Oh, bless you.
Oh no.
Well, at least you can hear it. I want to... Please, type up your reaction to next week's assignment. Brian.
Oh boy.
In 1985, the BBC... Eddie's back! The BBC tried to cancel Doctor Who. There was a big hoo-ha, so they changed their mind and said, all right, look, it's going to be on hiatus for 18 months.
Hello?
Hello, you're back, love.
Yeah, my battery died. Sorry, I became a bit of a statue in the middle.
So what happened? Did a door open and another version of you walk in?
Absolutely, yes. There's about 50 clones of me in the cupboard upstairs.
Okay, so I'm not entirely certain what the actual root causes of this were. Were they trying to actually cancel Doctor Who? Were they trying to save money for EastEnders? What the fuck? I can't remember for the life of me. All I know is that I woke up one morning, looked at the paper, and Doctor Who axed in BBC plot. Oh my God, what will we do? Boys and girls, you know what's coming up next. Brian!
Yes?
Do you remember I asked you to watch Dimensions in Time?
Oh dear God, yes.
I'm not going to ask you to watch it again. Don't worry, love, I'm really kind. I'd like you to listen to Doctor in Distress.
Oh no. Oh dear.
Oh boy.
But have you heard of this, Brian?
No, but if you guys are reacting like this to it...
Do we have to watch the video as well?
Oh, I'll see if I can find it for you.
Oh no. It's a joy, Brian. You'll love it.
It's great. It's got some of the A-list pop stars of 1985. It's a charity single for cancer relief.
is it anything like We Are the World?
Oh.
No, We Are the World was Grammy award-winning compared to this. I did warn you, Christian, I was going to be a bitch tonight.
This is a punishment.
This is
a punishment.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian, this is your punishment for being Brian-y.
Yes, I'll take it. I will take one for the team.
However, there is something else. Years and years and years later, a sequel was written and performed.
Oh dear. No.
You see, do you remember when Doctor Who came back in 2005? Come on, cast your minds back, it's not that long ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and on BBC Three, after the episode, what TV programme was on? Not you, Brian, don't worry, love. Come on, Eddie.
On BBC Three, so Doctor Who Confidential.
Yes! What happened to Doctor Who Confidential?
Oh, I really miss it. Again, Doctor Who Confidential being back to explain today's episodes would have been so... yeah, but sadly missed. So you're going to make us watch old Doctor Who Confidentials? Thank you, Siobhan.
No, love. I'm going to get you to listen to the sequel to Doctor in Distress, Let's Save Confidential.
How on earth did that escape the confines of hell?
Hiya.
There's a sequel?
Hiya.
Oh, dear.
I may have written a song.
Okay.
Oh dear.
And
thought
I
you
may
were
have
allowed to
roped
sing.
in a load of podcasters to do it. It was a piss take. I'd better stress that now.
There's a special spot in hell, Siobhan.
Yeah, we had a single version. We had an album version which had Morse code at the front. If you can work out what the Morse code says, I'll give you a lolly. And then there was a 12-inch version which was essentially a rip-off of Band-Aid's Do They Know It's Christmas 12-inch. Christian, yes, you did love. We will talk about that because I'd love to have you on the show. I will sort something out for that, love. Maybe for next Saturday if you're around. So that's it. I'll provide you with the links. Don't worry, boys and girls. God, there we go again. And Brian, you're not allowed to have a go at me for this because I'm elderly.
Uh-huh.
That's my excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Okay, no problem. I'll get revenge some other way.
No, you won't. No, you
Spanky
won't.
with
I am.
Venom suit.
Nope. Unless you try and screw me over when we RPG heroes. Good luck with that one, love.
Can I just say 2 words, Siobhan?
Bibble bibble.
Comfy chair. Comfy chair.
Comfy chair.
Comfy chair.
He's not Bob. We don't have Bob here anymore. I can't do that joke.
I thought we were doing safe words. It's comfy chair.
Comfy chair.
Kumquat.
That was Bob's safe word. Comfy chair.
Doesn't work
Oh,
anymore.
bless. Anybody who's not actually listened to The Flashing Blade won't know what that joke's about. Oh, dear. Okay, so that's your homework for this week, boys and girls, as well as tomorrow night's Doctor Who. Yeah. Sorry. But I am trying to build up some sort of context to what it was like in Britain with the classic series for you. So, I mean, for example, you've gone through the break, you saw Dimensions in Time. Sorry about that. Now we've got the first hiatus, which we've got the amazing charity single for. We're going to do some other stuff. We're going to do 30 Years in a TARDIS at some stage, possibly Search Out Signs. I doubt it. We are going to do The Curse of Fatal Death, which I can't wait for. But for the moment...
We will have to find the Doctor Who movie from the 90s.
the TV movie with the Pertwee logo.
Yes.
Paul McGann. He counts,
Eric
you know.
fucking Roberts.
He counts. Eric Roberts is back, by the way, doing Big Finish audios as the Master.
Have you heard any of them yet, Siobhan?
I have.
Are they good?
Yes.
Are they worth a little listen?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'll take that on board.
You see, I would get us to review the 4th Ravenous box set, but it's the 4th box set rather than the first one, which has Day of the Master. With Michelle Gomez, Eric Roberts, Derek Jacobi, and Jeffrey Beavers.
That sounds good.
Sort of Jeffrey Beavers, anyway. However, they've got a new thing coming out this year, I believe, called Masterful, celebrating 50 years of the Master, where... what's it? Hang on a second, I've got to get this right. Michelle Gomez. Oh, Jesus. John Sim. Derek Jacobi. What's his face? Eric Roberts. Jeffrey Beavers. And they've accidentally left out James Dreyfus, the transphobic twat. What a shame. And it looks like they're basically going to have the young Master from Gallifrey, which you saw in Utopia in the flashback. So we've got that to look forward to. There is going to be some big finish. There's a new 4th Doctor set out very soon, set during Series 18, with Adric and Romana and K9. We'll be looking at that. But for the moment, with the beautiful tones of Doctor in Distress echoing in our ears, we're going to say goodnight. There is going to be a little tune on at the end of all this, so if you want to have a listen to it, you can do after the end titles. Your choice. I finally managed to work out a way of putting a little tune on at the end like I used to do with the podcast. Hooray me! I'm specially clever. Right then, say goodnight.
Good night, folks.
Good night, folks.
Wow, try and be enthusiastic, guys. Dear bod.
I know
Have a
what's coming.
great night, folks.
Yes.
Apologies, I can't. I know
Quite.
what's coming. I know what's coming.
Do you? It won't be Doctor in Distress. Don't worry.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
it's not
folks.
going to be Doctor in Distress. We're going to do this first.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
Once I saw a promised land, wrapped in many shades of green. But I sat and watched the world go by, confused by all the things I've seen. Should I stand up, say what's on my mind, point my finger at the wrong I find? Let it linger till another time, or let it go. I've seen forests turn to fields of sand, to satisfy a rich man's greed. Now the tears that fall upon this land won't help to grow a nation's needs. Should I shout up from the highest tower? Should I take it to the highest power? Show the blade that turns the whole world sour, or let it go? I see comfort in the sea of fools, and wrap their lives around for protection. But it lies where any answer at all will just adding to this world infection. Can I turn and smile and kiss it away? Leave it lying for another day? Should I fall down on my knees and pray, or let it go? There's a passion that destroys all the caring and walks across the flowers of affection, breaks them down into the soil we're sharing, and leaves us with this life rejection. Am I strong enough to stand my ground, lift my head and show the strength I